Today I'm going to show you how to make some teacups that you could really drink out of if you make it correctly. First things first, you will need to sketch two ideas for your teacup. You'll draw two ovals, turned horizontal, and then the actual cup part. Then it looks kind of 3D or three-dimensional. Then you got to decide where you want the decorations and all that to go. Maybe you just want to do some lines drawn on the teacup like this. Maybe you want to put some on the inside too, like that. Maybe you want to draw some handles like this. Maybe you want some lids drawn on it. Maybe you want to put a saucer with it. Maybe you want to draw pictures on it if you wanted to. Okay? Like that. Okay? So there are two ideas. If you don't like those two ideas, then you could draw a third idea until you get the idea that you like. Then you'll show those to me, and then I'm going to give you some clay like this, okay? And you'll start to form a pinch pot. Now I like to do this where I cup my hands and I give it a gentle squeeze, not a hard squeeze, gentle squeeze. So that's turning into a sphere like this. You can also roll it
like that,
like this, or you can roll it on the ground with, or onto the table with one hand, but you're trying to get it all nice and round and pretty. Okay? Next step, to make a pinch pot, you take your thumb, push it down inside, but not all the way through. You want to stop before it gets all the way through. Then you take these fingers and you pinch, turn, pinch, turn, pinch, turn, pinch, turn, pinch, turn, like that. And I'm not pinching hard. I pinch until I hear until I feel the clay go squish. Okay? All right. That's pretty good. And when you do yours, I'll come around and help check and make sure that it's as big as it can be. Okay? All right. Next step, see all those cracks that formed when I did that? Mm-hmm. Well, now I need to polish those out. So I'm going to get the slip jar, which is just clay with water mixed into it. Get some on one finger, and then I erase any cracks or bumps that formed.
Cool.
Okay. Like that.
That's good.
Okay, like this. And then when I put it on the table, it's a little bit wobbly. So when that happens, you just go tap, 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 like that. And then it's a little bit better, okay? So you make it flat on the ground. Now, the decoration part. The decoration part, first, in this bucket, there are some tools that you can use. The ones that you're going to use the most are probably these sticks. And on these sticks, you can use them for doing patterns and decorations like that. Okay. So I could do that all the way around. And you could actually color in these later. Okay, so like that, go all the way. You could use this tool, which has a circle. And I'm not pressing hard. I don't want it to go all the way through, and I don't want it to change how my pot looks. So I can do that. Okay. I could also use these paper clips, and I could draw pictures. Like maybe I want a heart. I'm going to draw a heart on the bottom of my cup. And you know what? If I mess up, no problem. I would just get my finger in the slip jar again if I don't like it, and then I would erase it if I didn't like it. Okay? Don't ever, ever, ever roll up your clay pot and start over, because that will put air bubbles inside your clay pot, and it may blow up in the kiln, and yes, that will come off your grate. So if you mess up, don't roll it up. Call me. I can help. I know tricks that can help. Okay, so I could keep doing that. If I'm going to add handles, I'm going to need extra clay. So there's going to be a red bucket, or I will give you some extra clay. You don't need a whole lot. Just about the size of a ping pong ball, pretty much. You can always get more. Okay? So about that much. So I'm going to make a handle with it by rolling a coil. Now, if you've been with me before, you've done this, okay?
No.
Now, the reason this got flat is because I was going like this. I need to make sure my hand is going really, really far. Like that, okay? And watch how I keep my hands together. And then work them apart like that, okay? So you can leave it round, like on this one. Okay. Or maybe you want the handle to be kind of flat, like this one. To do that, you would take this roller and roll it on your coil. Okay. It'll make it flat. Maybe I want it flatter than that. Well, like that. Okay. All right. And then, anytime and every time you have to put two pieces of clay together, you can't just stick them on there. It'll pop off. With clay, you have to do what's called score, slip, press, and wiggle. Score means you scratch. You scratch with the paper clip, like that. Not too deep. And then you scratch where the other one will go, like that. Okay? This is way too long for a handle. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down a little bit, like that. Okay? So I'm going to start rolling this up. Okay, you see how that's cracking?
Yeah.
Okay, again, the clay is getting too dry, so I'm going to get that, start rolling that on there, and that'll help. Okay, there's that, and then there's that one. Still cracking a little bit, but it's still bending, so that's good. All right, now, score, slip, this is my glue, slip, press, and wiggle, like that. Press and wiggle, press and wiggle. Okay, you've got to do all four of those steps. If you don't, it'll fall off. Let me show you what happens if I just stick this on here and don't score, slip, press, and wiggle. So I'll put that on there, press it. Okay, so if I hold on to this, oh, it's going to fall off, okay? But on the one that I scored, slipped, pressed, and wiggled, it stays on. Okay?
That's like super glue. Don't.
Well, kind of. Okay, so there's that. If you wanted to make a lid, you would take clay, and again, you can get some extra clay, and you would roll it flat. Okay? So you would roll this flat with a roller, like this.
It's getting cracks on it.
It is. What am I going to do about that?
I'm gonna use clay on it.
Slip. I'm going to take my pot, I'm going to turn over. I wonder why Miss Art's doing that. Because I'm going to trace it so it's the same size. That's right. Okay. Alright, so like that. Okay? And now I can texture it, I can add decorations and things like that. Now on this cup, you'll see that I added a heart. I didn't draw the heart, I actually made the heart. See that? On this side I drew kind of I made a rose and stuck it on there too. So here's how I made the heart. Again, I rolled it flat. And these actually look better than if you drew it. So I could cut a heart out like this, and then I put it on the teacup. Okay? So I would score, slip, okay, press and wiggle like that. Okay? All right? Okay, so now you got a lot of ideas. Okay? Oh man, it's almost time. But anyway, go and get your sketches started. Some of you may get your clay today. Who knows? Go.